Hey everyone. So I figured I'd do a kind of a late night update here, and I've got some very troubling news, I guess we'll say, for you guys. So as you can tell, we're back here in the machine shed. We're in front of the Ford Custom line, I think is what it is, which means we're next to Marte. And maybe you can pick out that something's different with him a little bit, besides the hood being off of him. We've got the Super M's old manifold. You can see we've got the old Super M's muffler, which the reason we took that off is because the bottom of the pipe is welded to the muffler down here. And I'm just going to stick that back in so the birds can't poop in the exhaust. I just got done test firing it again, test running it. And what I found is it's not the manifold. It's not the carburetor. I know I talked yesterday's farm update. I said possibly it's a carburetor. I put the Super M's carburetor on, which we clearly know is fine because that ran. And it did the same issue where it's trying to rev up. I thought maybe it was the manifold, like the manifold had an air leak on the intake. Sorry for the shakiness. There's not really a good place to hold this phone. So I put the Super M's manifold on, which is obviously on it right now. It still did the same thing when I just started it up tonight. So that basically limits it down to the governor down there. I don't know. I've been talking to the tractor group, and they've been very helpful, and I really appreciate that I have them to go to. And they've basically, between me and them, we've limited it down to that it's got to be the governor now. I mean, we've eliminated the manifold being a problem, with that being a possible area of pulling air in sort of thing, because we put the Super M's manifold on. We've eliminated it being the carburetor and the carburetor being an issue because we tried the Super M's carburetor. I mean, I don't know. The only other thing that's left to go is that it's got to be the governor. The governor's just not holding it back. So I'm going to pull it off tonight here before I go in for bed. And hopefully throughout the week, when I get some time after work, I can possibly start taking a look at it, clean it up. It's very gummed up inside. There's not a broken spring, so it's not that. For the life of me, I can't figure out why the governor would be an issue, but it could be a possible thing that we had with Cushing way back over there, where that bearing spun. Let me put down my half-inch here. Where the bearing spun in the front of the housing, somewhere up there, and was allowing the shaft inside to move back and forth and kind of allowing it to do whatever it wants. And it's not exactly like what Cushing was doing, but it's kind of, in a way, similar. It's always trying to go up to full throttle, and that's kind of what Cushing would try and do. He wouldn't try and do it. He would actually just do it. He'd just go all of a sudden wide open, kind of without any warning. So I'm really hoping it's not that, because then it means I got to find another freaking governor housing, and I really don't want to have to do that, but, I mean, no big deal if I do. That's definitely less expensive than a manifold, but I could probably squeeze that out then as far as something goes. So I'm going to pull that apart tonight and hopefully get that apart, but I just kind of wanted to update you guys on what's going on. I want to try and keep you guys as much in the loop of this M as I can, because I know a lot of you have come over from that, from Kenny's page anyways, for this. So, and this is kind of all we got going on the farm right now. We still haven't really gotten around to spreading manure. Hopefully I can get this thing going so we can use that, because this would be a lot better than, say, the Farm All H mow, or we could use ZM Diesel, which would be fine, but I kind of would rather use Marte, of course, here, and I'd like to be able to make a video out of that, because, heck, you guys would like to see that. You'd like to see this guy getting put to use, and we haven't been able to really put him to use yet. So, like I said, I'm going to pull the governor here tonight. Hopefully we can get this thing figured out. I don't know if we will be able to or not, but like I said, we've now eliminated 2 out of the 3 possible issue causers, so it's got to be that governor. It just has to be down to that. Otherwise, I really don't know where to go from there. So that's kind of where we're at with Marty here. Hopefully we can figure out what the heck is wrong, and hopefully it's that governor, and that's just, the bear and grunt of it, I guess we'll say, and get that fixed up, make sure, or at least make sure that it's fixable, or you know what I'm trying to say, make sure it's good, kind of thing, and then get it put together here. So anyways, sorry for the bad lighting. It's kind of hard to do these in the machine shed. We don't have very good lighting on this side of the shed, just that one light there. And so that's where we're at. We're pulling the governor housing now. So it's not the manifold, it's not the carb, it's got to be the governor. Otherwise, we're not too sure what it is. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you when we talk to you next, I guess.